right, since we're time constrained here, we're going to start off immediately with an impact event before I get talking. So what we have here is what we call our MD7 digital SHM system. What we have affixed to this thin-skin aluminum plate are two nodes. The bottom node here is configured to do acoustic emission via, or to do impact detection, and that's meant to trigger a guided wave-based damage detection system to look for the damage caused by the impact. The second node here is configured to collect differential voltage signals, including strain, temperature, humidity, and triaxial acceleration. So what we have on here, you'll see in maybe about 10 seconds it will update. On the left-hand side is going to be the acoustic emission results. On the right-hand side is going to be the guided wave results. Eric didn't hit it too hard, so I probably don't expect to see any guided wave results. And on the bottom, you can see all of the low-speed channels are going to update here. So if we can wait a minute and see the results come up. After these come up, he'll hit it a second time. I'll let the results process, and I'll talk more about the system. So what we have in each node is the ability to collect local, there you go. Okay, so no damage detection, and there's the impact localized over there on the left. You can see 0, -1 being gravity, 0 for acceleration, and strain, humidity, temperature, and the node temperature. So in each node, we have a data acquisition chip that's able to locally collect data. We have a signal excitation chip that's able to excite arbitrary functions. And we also have an FPGA that's able to do local computation. Now, even though we're covering this whole meter-by-meter plate with a single node for impact and damage detection, we're able to actually daisy chain these on a digital serial bus, up to 200 of them, to cover much larger areas. So what you're going to see, what you probably noticed before when it was processing, on the bottom left-hand corner there, is it's showing real-time the algorithms for acoustic emission. So what that algorithm is doing is it's a time reversal method that's looking for the best possible solution for the arrival time and for the phase of all the waves in the whole wideband signal that arrive at the single beamforming array. So again, it's just this one sensor here doing all the impact and damage detection. After this finishes processing in a couple, 10, 15 seconds, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to break off a rivet from the top here. The rivet is going to start giving us something interesting to see on the top for guided wave in addition to the acoustic response. We're using for guided wave here a re-baseline approach. So that means we're constantly comparing the current run to the previous run to look for changes. So what you're going to see after Eric's about to break off the rivet here, what you'll see after he breaks off the second rivet is the first rivet will disappear, and that's because that's now the new baseline, and then you'll see just the second rivet disappearing. Of course, though, we can go back in time and we can compare any 2 points to see what the accumulated damage would be between those points. Okay, here we go. So there's the signal processing, and you can see the impact that Eric did up in the corner there. And again, no guided wave. So now, Eric's knocking off this topmost rivet over here. Make sure nobody's blinded. And you'll see the guided wave results in a minute. In terms of the flow of data in the system, basically what we have is this node running constantly in a buffered loop until something exceeds the threshold value for the impact. At that point, this node sends a flag to the hub, which you can't see is behind here. And the flag tells the hub that we've detected something, stop the test. The hub sends the command to the two nodes to say stop collecting data, send me your acoustic data, then send me your low-speed channel data. Once that's happened, the hub then goes out and tells just the node on the bottom to arm in guided wave mode, collect damage information, and bring it back to the hub. Once it's in the hub, Eric's going over to his laptop and he's hitting download over Ethernet. And once it's on his computer, he can run it quickly through the algorithms that we've written. Again, we'll just take so it's about 30 seconds right now to collect and process through. And most of that is due to the link between the nodes and the hub itself. Our next generation sensor, which we're releasing in about 2 months, has a 200 times faster serial bus. So that means instead of 30 seconds, it'll be more like a second or less per run.
That's the 5 minutes. Yes, well, thank you very much. I think very nice hardware demonstration. And